Okay, I know I put up videos of mostly wrestling related stuff, but of course the events today cannot be ignored. Today saw the confirmed death of Muammar Gaddafi, Colonel Gaddafi. Obviously, lots of people are seeing the news on the videos that they are featuring, as of course with Gaddafi looks injured after the NATO airstrike. Looks like these injuries, even though he was taken in an ambulance to hospital, it seems that his injuries were fatal. There are rumours that he was finished off, but I can't comment on that. Nobody knows exactly what's happened, but he is certainly dead because there have been pictures of his body being shown this evening and tonight. And obviously, this brings an end to 42 years of his dictatorship. Now, the Middle East is an area of the world that has been long fought over for well over 2,000 years. Because if you remember Jesus Christ and Moses actually had to go and try and free the Jewish people. Obviously, they were already being ruled over by the Egyptians, and you see many people, of course, have still got some really stubborn views about, who should rule in certain areas. And I understand, of course, that many areas are actually sacred religiously to different groups, which is fine. I am not actually racist. I don't particularly care about what colour, creed, race people are. I genuinely don't. I've always grown up. Maybe it's just my generation, because I've always grown up. I can't actually remember seeing my first black, my first Indian, my first Russian person. So I've just always grown up in a multicultural country, Scotland. And actually, honestly, my family are immigrants as well, to a degree. Well, I'm Scottish now, but my father's family, a couple of generations ago, they came over from Ireland. And you see, the Middle East has long had people moving about like Moses, and the Jewish people, they wandered the deserts for about 50 years, at least for a minimum of 50 years, I believe, until they found a place to settle. But it's been long fought over. I remember in the very, very early 90s, 1991, the first Gulf War was a horrific thing, and it looks to me like that whole area is certainly changing very quickly. The last couple of years, also, we've had the results of the 9/11, the results of all these youth movements in the Middle East, and especially in Libya, it looks, because you see all of the youths of the Far East seeing the youths of the Western worlds, and they say, well, they've got their freedom, they've got this and that. We are human beings as well, which they are. We deserve that, of course they do. Now, obviously, many countries and places, religions have different values, different rules. Like Qatar, which are going to host the World Cup in a couple of years, and also I believe areas of Utah, they have a complete ban on alcohol, and that's up to them. However, what this opportunity Libya has today, which is why I'm uploading this video. This is a very, very historic day. The people of Libya have the chance to build a future, and I know the National Transitional Council, NTC, have already been on several programs, news now, so they're on a couple of programs right now as I'm recording this video, saying, this is, obviously it's a sad end to a life. If you see the pictures, it's a sad life. He seemed to be captured alive, almost kind of paraded around, obviously, like I said, eventually taken to an ambulance, rushed to hospital, looks like, but he did pass away anyway. but the National Transition Council said yes, it's a sad way to have his life ended, but obviously this is the greatest opportunity that Libya ever had, and of course it is. It's the best opportunity they've had, and hopefully they can rebuild Libya. I know there's a lot of people who disagree with this Western. It's difficult to know what terms to really put it in, but Western culture seeping into Middle Eastern culture, and obviously the youth, like I said, they're choosing this. They're not necessarily choosing the brands, the Starbucks, the Coca-Cola, the McDonald's, the Burger King, and all the other famous Western brands. Although many of them are actually available in in the Middle East, the Far East, and many places across the world. They are more some of the ideals there, the freedoms. I believe it's Iran that they were on the news about. But women are not allowed to drive cars on their own at all. They can get they can get arrested, dragged out of the cars, arrested, and treated very badly by police. Obviously, we've heard stories about people getting stoned. There's literally, and I'm not talking drugs here. I'm talking about people stood in forced to stand in the middle of the street sometimes, and because they've had a relationship with a different tribe or different person, or even had relations with them. There's a large group of people deal their own justice, and they actually pick up huge rocks, throw them at them till that person is dead. And you see, it is Stone Age thinking like that. I don't like, let people free to have their own relationships and so forth. It is the Western democracy is criticised a lot because some people see, obviously we have a lot of problems in Western democracy. I'm not saying that at all. That it's perfect. We have a lot of underage pregnancy, knife crime, thieves about. We've got a lot of problems. Even the National Health Service has problems. Even public services have problems. You see the stuff. If you're in Scotland, you've seen all of the whole stuff in Edinburgh with the trams. But what I am seeing is that some of the ways of Western democracy meeting the ways of the Middle East could surely, hopefully, almost be a kind of melting pot kind of meeting. So obviously places like Libya, they're going to try and attract, and hopefully in about 10, 15, 20 years, tourism for a lot of people around the world to go there. That seems the way forward. Many young countries, we have seen the splitting of a couple of countries recently, and it is just so confusing, really, that the way that Libya people have a choice. To be honest, the Libyan people have a choice. What they need to do is set, and it's extremely difficult. The National Transition Council, they have a different, and whoever is helping them have an extremely difficult job over the next few years. The balancing act of traditions, religious views, rules, and preferred way of life in Libya and the Middle East compared to Western values, democracies, and ways of life. It is going to be extremely difficult to find that right balance, that the people can live with certain freedoms, but of course still obviously whether they're Jewish, whether they're Christian, whether they're Muslim, whether they're whatever they are, can live their life undeterred by anybody that's critiquing them. So this is an extremely difficult time for Libya. This isn't going to be, as it is today, a quick solution. The removal of Gaddafi, the death of himself, his sons, is not going to be a quick. This is not going to be a quickly resolved situation, and Libya will not be up and about back to normal business, as it were, in a year or so. This is going to take several years, but hopefully Libya can, like I said, it's going to be a difficult balancing act for the next few years. Obviously the National Council the Transitional Council and whoever's going to end up ruling Libya have to invite representatives from so many different ethnic groups and races and religions all around, and hopefully, try and make a government out of them. But like I said, it's going to be difficult. Bear with it, patience. I know a lot of people are going to complain in a year or so that, look at what, this happened a year ago. Look at how Libya is now. It's not going on much. It probably won't. It'll take a couple of years at least for Libya to try and settle itself. And I hate comparing it to this, but it is kind of like an earthquake, and I hate doing this comparison because everything what happened in Japan, but in an earthquake you get the big shock, and sometimes you get some aftershocks as the two plates and of two plates rub together. That's what an earthquake is. But you need the two plates settling together. You need them. Sometimes you get a couple of aftershocks. It's just a plate settling back down together. That's what might be what happens. There will be some couple of disagreements and arguments, but that's just hopefully just slight teething trouble. But anyway, this is again a historic day. Gaddafi is passed, dead. Libya is free from his dictatorship. Of course, the last fighting was in Sirte, his hometown, which was the scene of the final battle. It'll be interesting to see how the American media react to it. We've already had President Obama, making a couple of statements. So hopefully, like I said, Libya can settle itself down. Like I said, it'll take quite a while. Hopefully they can settle themselves down, and once the celebrations are over, hopefully the NTC Transition Council can push forward, push ahead, try and use its power to try and push ahead to a free Libya, and hopefully, like I said, can hopefully make a happy future for everybody in Libya. So I just want to say that Libya taking democracy is fantastic. There is certainly many people around the world that welcome in this. Hopefully Libyan people do not blow this chance, but I'm pretty sure that hopefully with NATO's help and UN and everybody else, hopefully we can get things settled. And like I said, it's going to take quite a while to get Libya settled, but hopefully the impact in the Middle East hopefully will not send like an earthquake again, shockwaves around the Middle East. But that's all I really want to say. Gaddafi has been confirmed dead. Welcome Libya to democracy. I hope that if you're watching Libya, I hope you take this opportunity and do the right thing. Treat people well and enjoy having this opportunity. It's your future, your chance. Well, definitely got friends in the Western countries, definitely. So definitely a very, very historic day.